making sure you win in every market. Your financial partners, Don and Gino.
Have Don and Lou. Gino is busy working away for us here at Cherry Creek Mortgage, making sure the dream of home ownership happens every day, because every day mortgages happen. Real estate happens. And Gino's making sure that happens with our amazing team here. If you should like our Facebook page, our Cherry Creek Mortgage Facebook page. It has been blowing up with incredible testimonials from our clients. And I am bragging because it's been great. We get tens across the board, and clients take their time, Lou, to actually say great things about our incredible team and the experience, because a lot of people, believe it or not, a lot of you out there go, the mortgage experience is a nightmare, but not if it's handled correctly. If you have a great team that really cares and puts a lot of effort into making sure the experience is an amazing one, then you get these great testimonials.
Yeah, you guys are so professional.
It's a great team, I have to say. I just align myself with the best. Just like, Bill Gates talks about that. You're a genius. The guy, from Microsoft goes, oh, no, I surrounded myself by geniuses. And that's what I did, and that's what we did with APRG. We just surrounded ourselves by a lot of smart people.
Yeah, it's a good group. We're going to do a lot of great things.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So we're talking about the market, and it's fun. I love having Lou here because he gives a different perspective than just us mortgage guys, because he's a financial attorney as well. So he's a very smart business person and sees business, and he sees things from the outside looking in as opposed to inside looking out like us. So we were talking about what the percentages really mean, because we were talking about the price appreciation and Lou, I love that you brought in sociology into the discussion, and you're getting a kick out of this because it was very astute the way he drew this graph here in our studio here. And again, you can join our studio by going to donandgino.com, DONANDGINO.com. Click on the Listen and Chat Live button, and you'll enter the Vault Media studio right here at Cherry Creek Mortgage, and it's live. And you'll see Lou and I discussing where we're at and what the percentages really mean, because we have been forewarning you about the price appreciation levels are going to be decreasing, but it's not a bad thing for the market, and the media is going to spin this. They love to spin things by either their agendas of making things exciting or not exciting, or political agendas. We have no agendas here except giving you raw data and letting you know what it really means. And Lou was helping me out with the fact that the price appreciation levels move based on this concentric circle that he grew, where it starts and ends.
Let me do this. So you have what we refer to as concentric circles. So if you think of the west side of Los Angeles as ground zero of economic vitality in Southern California, and a lot of people don't like to hear that, but
it's a fact.
But it's a fact.
Right.
And so you take, let's say, the intersection of the 10 and the 405. Okay. And you look at price values there, and I've been on the west side the last few days. I have clients on the west side, so I go there. They're going nuts.
Yeah.
Okay. The prices on the west side are absolutely going nuts, and what it is, a lot of foreign money coming in and into the west side of Los Angeles, because that's where the vibrancy is. That's where the jobs are, and the high tech is there, and the entertainment is, everything is there. And what happens, and it's always happened, it's based upon sociological studies, is that as the prices increase in the center, they go out. So it's like throwing a pebble into the water, and you see those circles going out. They go out and out and out until they reach the shore. And so what happens is that as people get priced out of that market, they go further and further out from that market. And so if you take the 405 as the line that comes up to the Santa Cruz Valley, as the prices increase, people will go into the San Fernando Valley along the 101, and they're going to go west on the 101, and ultimately they're going to come up here, and we'll see the price appreciation here based upon...
Which we're starting to see,
which
we saw last year, right?
Based upon demand. And then as prices continue to go up, they will go further out into the Antelope Valley and whatnot. Ultimately, when they build out Newhall Ranch, the people who will be coming up here will go out to Newhall Ranch, because that'll be further out. And then ultimately what happens is that you get to a point geographically where it stops.
Right.
And when prices hit a level where people go, well, why am I driving that far? Or people who move that far out, they just don't see the affordability. Then you see the prices collapse inward from that spot
head back the other
and
direction.
head back the other direction. And you and I were saying we saw this in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
We saw that here because if you go out to Riverside and Inland Empire and Antelope Valley, that's where
Same thing happened there.
it started collapsing. It
Right.
hit Santa Clarita, and it went back into the west side. Touched the west side for all of a few months.
Right.
People saw, wow, the west side's more affordable. Money came in. The west side rebounded pretty quickly, and the wave is coming back out here.
So now we know, to watch this wave of prices as they increase. Like you said, we did see that. We were seeing in Palmdale, Lancaster, where you're buying homes for $250,000 to $300,000. Like you said, it got to an affordability plateau where they're like, I'm not paying that kind of money to drive that far.
And that's a critical word, is affordability.
Right.
That's the word that got thrown out of the dictionary during the last run-up in mortgages and values. The word affordability got thrown out. Instead, what got replaced was, well, you can make this monthly payment. But affordability got thrown out. So I think affordability, as you well know, is now back on the table and
Very much so.
and part of the dictionary.
Actually, that's what we do. We do pre-approvals and get people in the homes. What is nice, Lou, is it's comforting to know that most of the people we talk to no longer are trying to push the envelope as much.
Mm-hmm.
They just want to know what they qualify for and what's comfortable for them in their affordability index. I mean, what they can feel comfortable about purchasing that home for, and they're pretty good about not going above that too much. So it is comforting that all of us are thinking more of the affordability, that I want to be able to keep my home, what a concept,
Right.
and not rely on the potential of appreciation.
I just hope that values continue to reasonably appreciate, because the 5 years is coming up on a lot of those loan mods.
Yes.
When they begin to adjust. All right. And so there's going to be a marketplace where people are coming out of their 5-year honeymoon period with the loan mods. The adjustments are going to take place. I don't know whether they're going to get other loan mods, or they're better off coming to see you guys and refinancing, because now there's some value in their property and they can get a better loan.
On that note, regarding that, because that's going to come up, we are going to have a second and third wave of distressed homes, meaning, like you said, those who got the loan mods, their 3 to 5 year honeymoon period, meaning a very low interest rate to help with keeping the home, hoping that their jobs will improve, their financial scenario will improve, their equity position will improve, and so forth. Some of them haven't completely rebounded. When you're underwater by $200,000 to $400,000, I'm sorry, we have not come back that far in appreciation levels.
Well, and some of those people, of course, I worked through Chapter 13s, and I got rid of the seconds, and their 5 years are coming up. So you're going to have a wave of people who have gone through Chapter 13s where we stripped off the seconds, and they're coming out of their Chapter 13s with their discharges with now equity, because we got rid of their seconds 5 years ago.
I was going to head into that, because if you're in that scenario, and this is not a commercial, this is information that if you're, having this new stress, meaning, hey, the lender just sent me a new updated payment and I don't like it, because it could go up substantially. We're talking a couple $100 to $1,000 a month. If you are wondering what to do, you should actually talk to Lou before you do anything, especially if you're considering, do I need to go bankrupt? Because your timing is imperative as to how that needs to happen. Am I right?
Yeah, and can't beat it. For $100, people sit down with me for an hour, and it doesn't mean that they're filing a bankruptcy. All I'm trying to do, as a member of APRG and as a certified specialist, is to provide people with information so they can make the best informed decision they can. I turn a lot of people away saying, hey, this is not going to be your best option, but at least you know what your options are.
Right, and Lou's been on our show over and over. You can tell he's just a good dude. He's a really good guy and an easy person to talk to. We've sent a lot of our clients there, and many of you have helped. I mean, completely just.
Well, and I'll be honest with you. People come to see me for the truth. I'm not going to sugarcoat it.
You don't know how.
I don't, and some people, some people don't like that. But I'm upfront. I say, hey, look, this is the way it is.
But you do it in a nice way, Lou.
I try my best.
So, make sure you. How can they get a hold of you, Lou? Just because there are these scenarios coming back to fruition out here in Santa Clarita.
Esbinlaw.com, ESBINLAW.com. 661-254-5050 is the phone number.
Very cool. So on that note, we're going to talk about those of us that have dealt with the financial hardships over the last few years and regrouping and rethinking where we should be at. Lou's going to help us go through like, want, need, and afford when we come back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show with Don and Lou Esbin. We'll be right back.